for the opportunity that given to me. Allow me to introduce myself first. I'm Rashida Ashara as the first speaker from government team, and I totally agree with this motion that said this House believes that scholarship is only be granted on the basis of financial necessity. Before I come to my argument, let me convey three things first. Firstly, the definition, secondly, the limitation, and also the background. Now I start with the definition, and I have three definitions. First is scholarship. Scholarship is an amount of money given by school, college, university, or other organization to pay for the studies of a person with great ability but little money. But a scholarship is also money given to someone to help pay for that person's education. So basically, scholarship is an amount of money from someone or some group to some students to help them pay for their education things. Second is financial. Financial is an adjective that deals with monetary receipts and expenditures, deals with money matters, and also financial operations. Thirdly, and the last one is necessary. Necessary is something that may be required and indispensable. Well, come to the limitation. So I will give some limitations so that this debate session can go on track. I will limit this debate session by underlining if the parents of students have a monthly salary of around 2 million or per year and under, so they deserve the scholarship. And I will override the abilities of the students. And then the last, I only talk about scholarships granted by the Indonesian government. And last one is the background. This issue needs to be debated because due to low quality of Indonesian human resources, which is mostly caused by a lack of funds. And as we know, education is very important nowadays. So now come to my argument. I totally agree with this motion that said that scholarship only be granted on the basis of financial necessity. Why? Because first, it can support equal distribution of education in Indonesia. Many young people in Indonesia drop out of education because of inequality in education in Indonesia. There are many factors that cause it. One of them is funds. The Center for Population and Police Studies, Gajah Mada University, announced the results of the online per student assistance research. A total of 47.3% of respondents answered no longer because of financial problems, then 21% because 31% because they wanted to help their parents with work. This proves that there are still many young people who do not get access to education because of funding, so that scholarship application must be paid great attention to, considering that educating the nation's life is one of the goals of the state in accordance with the mandate of the 1945 Constitution. And in fact, the mandate of the 1945 Constitution has not been realized. So one way to equalize the education in Indonesia is by prioritizing children who have financial problems as the main recipients of financial assistance in order to achieve equality. Prioritize children with parents' incomes that tend to be low so that they have the same opportunity to study. In other words, children whose parents have middle and upper incomes must be put aside first, even though the child has high potential, but at least they have the ability to go to school without receiving financial assistance from the government. Because if only the potential children are considered, many children will not go to school due to lack of funds and do not get scholarships. Even when these potential children want to continue their higher education, let them look for scholarships elsewhere, because now there are so many people or groups that provide scholarship for children who really excel. So these two types of groups each have their own market, so there is no need to scramble. Second, can improve human resources. In today's era, there are no jobs that accept employees with low educational backgrounds. Low education can increase the number of movements and other social deviations, such as crime. And UGM PSKK researcher THBT Siti Setianingrum said in focused group discussion, education is an investment in human capital. So the government must pay close attention to this. Good human resources also affect competitiveness with other countries, also affect and determine human life. So the scholarships provided by the government must be distributed to the right people who really need it. so that human resources in Indonesia can be in a better level, and also that so that every citizen has the same opportunities in terms of academics, so there are no gaps. Well, in the end of my speech, I still agree with this motion that this House believes scholarship only be created on the basis of financial necessity. Thank you.